tonight, quite an interesting class. Well, hopefully they all are, but this one is one that Adam taught on Saturday at HQ. It was an hour and a half, but I'll condense it a little bit. And it's quite condensable because the last 30 minutes were more combat application to it, from strikes and pushes and things, which we'll probably cover as we go through the week. But tonight we'll focus on the health side of it. And it was called Body Power. But really what he was, well, first of all, he gave an update on his brother. So for those that don't know, his brother had a stroke and his recovery is going really well. He's getting much more sensitivity and control down the side that was affected. And he shared that a lot of the work they've been doing together is the work that he shared today about having a sense of connectivity and power through your whole body, and a feeling of connectiveness and energy. And it must be going well because him and his partner are expecting a baby. So clearly something's going well with the breath work. So no, it was great news, and everyone was really happy. So what we're going to focus on first is what it feels like and how to start to feel like you're filling the body with power. And term it in your own mind. So, power is talked about in martial arts for, the combat side, but also, what that means is that you feel relaxed, loose, free, healthy, and energized. And that's power, but it's not, kind of get straight in your mind that it's not a power that comes from, physical muscular strength. That's a power, of course. But in Systema, what we're talking about is a natural power that comes from things that won't leave you with age. So your ability to relax and breathe properly and fully. And so we're looking at a natural, healthy fullness power that comes from that. Okay, so that's where our focus is going to be. Okay, so firstly, if you come to a stand and start to inhale, exhale. And firstly, feel in your head, your brain area. Sounds a bit funny, but that's where a lot of stress and tension starts, and you rob yourself of the ability to relax and be calm and at ease with what's going on in your head. So firstly, just imagine that you cycle the breath in and out of your head around your brain. And feel that the breath comes in and goes out very smoothly, lightly, easily. Great. And if you feel okay there, come down to the neck and the shoulders area. So imagine now that the breath comes in and fills down through the body to the neck and the shoulder area. And there should be a light, open feeling to your breathing. It's not like harsh and short and with tension or effort. It's like a really open, like a welcoming kind of feeling to your breath. So if that's okay, take that down into the torso, chest area. If you're feeling any tightness, any restriction, any dryness or brittleness, feel free to kind of move the area a little bit that you're working on. So maybe it was your shoulders, maybe it's your neck. It's fine to move anyway, and see how it feels as you consciously breathe into and relax these areas and feel like you open them up. So now start to take the breath down into the middle of the torso area, around the solar plexus. And then imagine you're a vessel of your shape, but your kind of natural shape, but not kinked or compressed or squeezed or tightened anywhere. And you want to feel like the breath moves in and moves out, And it doesn't really, if you imagine your shape was made of glass, it doesn't like contract and compress as you breathe in and out or move. The air just moves in and moves out so easily, and it doesn't really affect the shape. It's just quite unmuscular. So already you're starting to feel that this is a power that, or an energy that sits underneath all your muscles and tendons and just relaxes and opens and fills everything. So then come down to the stomach and lower back area. And again, if you like, you can move it a little bit. But we're taking our time a bit here to try and make sure that you can feel that fullness and that the breath can move in and down through your body. Great, then down to around the hips area. And just because it's light doesn't mean it can't be deep. So the breath can be a long, deep breath that you feel and consciously feel run all the way down through your body. So now come down to the thighs and the hamstrings area, just above the knees. And again, feel like you can move, but your move doesn't feel like it compresses or kinks the body, tightens it. Now the knees. And from inside, the feeling is like, you must feel like you expand, your body's expanding. So you're taking out, you're obviously starting to relax any tension that might be sitting there, which will naturally feel like it's releasing and expanding. But even taking away what's happening in your muscles, you should feel yourself like opening up. Great, now down to your lower legs, so around the calves and the shins. And then into your feet. And if you like, you can try and feel your feet like relax into the floor and kind of just open and spread. Just notice if your feet are a little bit clenched or tight. And you want to feel pretty even in your footprint between the heels, the main part of your foot, the toes, the ball of the foot. And now that we've gone down through the whole body, just like feel whether you feel connected through your whole body. You feel that as you take some air in, it kind of can travel freely through your whole body. There's nowhere that feels dead or constricted or that even feels different. If you have got areas of tension or some slight pain or discomfort, see if you can spread from the rest of your body into those areas so that you kind of even out your whole body. Great. And so then kind of take a few steps. So step with 1 foot forwards and see if you can then see if that changes how you feel. And then see if you can bring that same breathing into that position and just check and see if different positions have a different effect. And if they do, whether you can restore that full, powerful feeling through your whole body with that idea of breathing down into it softly and lightly. So you maybe stand a bit wider, narrower, 1 foot forwards. But I don't want you to put yourself in like purposefully awkward or challenging or difficult positions yet. That's going to come. But just like stepping off a standard shoulder width, position, if you're like in a stance or a 1 foot forwards position, can you still feel like your body's full of power, or are you already starting to feel like you're leaking stuff a little bit? Okay, great. And come back to a stand. So now what we're going to do is we're going to work with consciously putting your body in a position, or certain parts of your body in a position where you're going to feel like you lose power in the area. So first of all, just kind of twist your arm around. Twist your arm, your shoulder around. No, well, stop. Firstly, come back. Breathe into your body and feel that fullness, that connectivity through the whole body, or as much as you can feel it. And when you've got that, then rotate and twist your arm and feel where that now feels like it's losing power through that area. And then focus on that breathing again. Focus on filling, don't consciously do anything with the arm, but don't consciously not do anything either. Focus on transferring the power in the rest of the body into that arm. And then let it gradually, without like really feeling like you're doing anything, let it consciously, let your breathing recorrect it. Just like if you had something that was full of air and you twisted it, and then you pushed air back in, and it gradually fills back out to its normal shape. Okay, and try with the other arm. Twist it either way. So try twisting it both ways, see which gives you. So, your arm over a few breaths is going to naturally straighten back out, but it's happening in a way, certainly for me, and this is what I felt, I'm not consciously returning my arm back to the shape. It's almost like as I fill it with breath, I'm not getting in the way of that happening. That's just happening as the breaths come out. Great. Now try the same with both arms. So just and consciously feel how that leaks energy, or leaks power, and get used to that idea so that when it's happening and you're not thinking about it during every day, you become aware of it. You're thinking, okay, I'm leaking there. And then gradually breathe and restore that fullness to your whole body. And then walk a little bit, and you should feel that almost like you want to, if you do the combat side, like you want to hit, like that power's come back into the fullness of your body. And walk a little bit. And check in with your body. And if you feel that the act of walking is starting to, you lose that sense of fullness and power, come to a stop, couple of breaths, feel like you fill yourself. and then carry that into movement. But be consciously aware, imagine you're like a bucket that's got no leaks, but you're aware as soon as you start to spring a leak somewhere, i.e. you start to tense up, you feel a bit of pain, you lose balance, you hold your breath, they're all leaks to your power, to your energy. And just like with relaxation and conscious breath and awareness, you can seal those leaks. And if you're okay with it, see if you can do it walking a little bit faster. And that's always the litmus test, can you do it static? Can you do it with slow movement? Can you do it faster? When you do it faster, there's less conscious awareness, more tension, less time to be aware of what's happening. And now and again, stop, check yourself, fill yourself back up. And move. If you're okay, you can even go into a light run and see whether on a run you slop and spill your power everywhere. You should stay with a full feeling. When you walk, when you run, slow, fast.
Interesting, helping to control the pain, which is interesting. So as soon as I start moving, I can feel it again.
It's great though, because you're becoming consciously aware of it now, and as that heals over the ways, you get less and less of that going from there. Hey, Janet. Okay, great. So now we'll look at a slightly different kind of compromise. So we're going to look at conscious tension. So come to a stand again. Hey, Michael, welcome back. So inhale, exhale, feel yourself fill with a power that's has got no leaks. So it's a natural fullness, filling your full shape, but with absolute minimum tension. So then what you're going to do is tense your arm. So from the fist all the way down, tense it. And feel how that kind of drains power out. And then do the same exercise. So inhale, exhale. And like, even if it's a louder breath, so like it's kind of like it's a very open, relaxed breath there's no tension in it. It's purely like this one is particularly good if you've got injuries.
Keep the tension on.
No, so put tension in, then put your focus in your breath, and gradually, breath by breath, let that kind of melt the tension back, tension out, so that you feel that this arm fills again with the same power that you feel in the rest of the body. But almost you're doing it under your conscious radar. You're just breathing into it, and that's naturally going to reset it, relax it. Great. And do the same thing with the other hand. So tighten, bring tension into it, kind of all the way up to the shoulder if you like. And kind of you start to feel that when you put your consciousness there, you don't want to have tension or torsion or compression or restriction in your body. You know, you just naturally want to release and open everything back up. And that's a good feeling. So try it with both arms now. Great. So then come to a stand. Feel yourself again. And then see if you can take yourself down to a sit position without compromising that feeling. Without feeling like you, so try and be really conscious of feeling if you leak or spill any of that power as you go down, as you come down. Okay, so now we'll do the same thing with a leg. So first of all, lie back. So lie flat on your backs. And inhale, exhale, and feel like you, in this position, feel the body. Right, shoulder. So when you feel the body full, what I like to do then is tense your right leg. And feel like, breath by breath, you breathe down to that area. And restore it. And if you're lucky, stroke, unlucky enough to have an injury, don't forget about the tension, work with that. Breathe into that area of discomfort, slight pain. If not, artificially put it in with tension. So you forget the tension, Keith, you just go straight to that shoulder. Okay. So now inhale, exhale, feel that fullness in the body again. And now we're going to move on the ground, but you're going to try and move with breathing and a fullness and a power in the body rather than muscles. So I don't want it to be too technical, like, you know, using your heels and your elbows and lifting your body up. I want you to try and, so you can move down towards the feet first. So you have that fullness in the body. I'm breathing in and out. And my movement's not really affecting my breathing. So your breathing and your movement are kind of independent. I'm not using my muscles, and this is a good check for it, because moving on the ground like this without your muscles is tricky. But you want to have a feeling like you're moving through movement and breath rather than muscles and technique. So try and get that idea. You kind of move towards your feet, move towards your shoulders. But it's a movement without muscles. It's a movement like a rocking, rolling kind of movement, and that your body still feels full of breath. You don't pinch it, constrain it, tighten it as you move. But move. And now and again, like you can fit, so you're trying to move without using your arms. Kind of drop the arms down again and feel that there's still a power and a relaxation in the arms that the movement isn't affecting. It's not like I have to tense up in my arm to move and then I can relax it. The arms at any time feel heavy enough to strike if you need to, or, you know, for health, they're just relaxed and full. So move towards the head, move towards the feet, and move side to side a bit too. This is resetting. Naturally, you should go forward and back. So the back of your head, back of your shoulders, shoulders here. And this is so much time there. This position is resetting. So this is where it's sit there and breathe into it, relax it, and until you forget what it was to do. If you can take some out, just come up the pain and back through, breathe, relax again. It's going to reset it to that position. But when you come out of it, don't go back too fast. You want to move it again. Don't go straight from static to movement. Just gently, like almost inside the joint, you want to move it a little bit. And gradually make movement a little bit before you set it. Right. Okay. So then roll onto your tummy. And again, slightly different position. So breathe into that fullness of the body first. Feel like your whole body is full. You haven't kind of collapsed and sunk into the ground. You feel a fullness and a power through the body. Put your arms down by your sides. And again, your arms in that position should feel heavy, light. There's a heavy power to your arms. And then, again, start to move. And try and move without using your arms. So it's kind of a feeling like you move underneath your muscles. Like you feel yourself moving, but kind of you don't feel a strain in your shoulders, in your hips, in your core, in your legs, in your knees. It's like you're kind of, there's liquid moving underneath the muscles, and that's what's powering your movement. But that's your breath, your relaxation, and an ability not to tighten up and move. Even though this is difficult because you're having to move with lots of small little muscles, and you've got a lot of friction that you're moving against. But it's great training for what we're talking about. Try side to side too. I tell you what, this is so much easier on a mat than it is on a carpet. And again, as you're moving, now and again, hit the floor. Check that your movement isn't tightening your body. And that fullness of breath should be uninterrupted through this movement. Forwards, backwards, side to side. Should be moving in a way that you're not getting out of breath, really. Great, about another minute or so. And now, as you're doing it, well, no, do this for about another minute or so. Good, Roshan. And that great movement around your hips, Roshan, try and get that up through your torso and up into your upper body too. It's really good and relaxed. It feels like just water moving in your hips. Transfer that all the way up through your torso and into your shoulders too. And even your legs. So your whole body is moving with that kind of feeling. Yeah, good. Try it without lifting your shoulders too much. I know it's more difficult for ladies. Good, Phil. Great. Okay, good. And watch. So now we've kind of had this movement on the back, on the front, like a heaviness through. So now try and keep it rotating from your front to your back, side to side. Do you have it through that turn? And then in a minute, I'm going to get you to sit up, sit back, start to turn a little bit, but keep that heaviness through, or that fullness through all of your movements. So like you're moving not with like muscles or in any kind of technical ways, like your breathing is powering your movement or filling your movement. And your whole body's free to move, powerful, relax. The whole time. So a little bit on the ground, then transition to sitting up, turning, twisting. If you lose it a little bit, pause. Inhale, exhale. Feel the power. Then carry that into movement. And there's no feeling of linking a certain breath to a certain type of movement. Your breathing goes on through it all, and your movement is independent of it. So your breathing keeps a feeling in your body, and you move in that feeling. And that feeling is open, natural, full, powerful, energized. Like there should feel like a potency in your body. You don't have to be like buzzing and with energy, but neither should you feel like you're draining yourself, like you're losing power. Okay, great, and watch. Okay, so in fact, first line your backs, feel that you fill yourself with power, and then when you feel yourself filled, sit back up again. So, like as much as you can, like when we're doing one of these lessons, and I try to remember it, but sometimes I forget. But have a conscious pause in between activities, and before you move into the next one, feel the state that your body should be in, and then try and transition in that state. So what we're going to do next is we're going to challenge it a bit more. So we're going to take it into some of the basic movements: push up, the sit up, the squat, the leg raise. So what we're going to do first is you're going to, I know some people got bad knees, so find a position that's comfortable. Might be that, might be that, might be flat knees. You choose. Might be sitting. And see if even in a slightly uncomfortable, compressed position, you can feel that fullness through the body. And you can relax and soften even the areas that are compressed into that open feeling where you don't feel the compression. But you want to feel that there's a free flow of breath all the way through, even where there is in reality like a kink in your body or a compression. You want to try and soften all around it so that you don't make that situation any worse. In fact, you actively improve it. So then what you're going to do, you're going to come out, so just watch first, without losing that to a push-up position. And see if you can, okay to go on the knees if you need to, but see if you can connect your head and your heels with a breath. You might want to come down and just check, reset a few times. So the aim of this isn't to start draining away at you, it's to feel that you can find that fullness, that power, and hold it even when you're challenged a bit. So if you lose it, stop, reset, and then go back again. And as soon as you can, you'll get better and better at it, and eventually you'll just come out and you'll feel it. And then come down. And do push-ups for as long as you feel like you've got that connection through your whole body. You feel that you're not losing power. Soon, doesn't matter how many you do, but be conscious. As soon as you start to feel like you're losing power, you're tensing, you're tightening, you're fatiguing, stop, restore. So this is the different approach. We're not trying to go until we get tired. You're trying to extend the envelope of feeling healthy and full and powerful. And you're trying to extend that longer and longer and longer. So you got to know what that feeling feels like, and you got to know when you start to lose it. Then you consciously pause, fill it back up again, and then go again. All right. So do that for a few minutes. And it's only yourself that you're working with. Don't, worry thinking you're doing not enough or too many. Just be body conscious in yourself, aware. keep aware of that connection between the whole body. Notice when an area starts to tighten and it interrupts. Pause, relax it, move it a little bit if you need. Sometimes try and clear it even without moving. That puts more skill focus on your breath alone and conscious relaxation. Good, Phil. You're really aware of that breath coming in and out. It shouldn't really change. Soon as it starts to get pinched or tight or fatigued, stop, restore, and go back again. And of course, there's not only one way to do this. Sometimes we do this and we power it with burst breaths, just different, looking for slightly different things in the training. This is about finding that full, natural, open, connected, powerful feeling in the body, breathing to sustain that and open it, and then noticing when you lose it, and then get it back again. Okay, another one. So restore and then another one set of that. Good. Make sure it's not too physical, Phil, in France. It's great, and what a journey, but make sure you're looking for that right thing. Good, Michael. Okay. Really good, Alison. Okay, and relaxing. Firstly, make sure you restore. So in whichever position you choose, find that power again. You should be able to come back to it quite quick. If you're finding it's taking you a long time after doing the push-ups, because you've got a lot to clean out, you probably put too much focus on muscle work than that breath and internal work. Okay, so what we're going to do next is sit-ups. So feel in a sitting up position, which can be quite hard. So especially around this area here, your lower back area, head and neck. See if you can find an even sitting position where you feel the same through your whole body. And when you do, start to do sit-ups. Absolutely fine to do it with the knees or one leg. Your aim is to do them until you feel that you're losing power. That might be 1, that might be 7 or 8. Doesn't matter where it is, just be aware of when you hit that point that you start to lose power. Then restore, then go again.
When I go back, and my shoulder blade hits the floor, I get a shooting pain. Through the whole shoulder. So it's about there.
Did it happen then? Or was that because you did it softer, it didn't happen? Did it happen that time?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. See if we can move that shoulder, or both shoulders. And see if it happens when you're moving the shoulder. But keep it moving the whole time.
Yeah, it's just as the bottom of the blade hits the floor.
Okay. I think it's positional, it's kind of not used to that position. Keep moving it lightly. Good. Another one or two more. Remember, your breathing isn't linked to your movement in this. Your breathing is sitting kind of underneath your movement, and you're kind of moving on top of your breathing. So you kind of notice where your movement compromises that feeling in your body. Nice, Phil, really good. Great, okay, so this time, lying flat. I will do leg raises. So firstly, breathe into the body, feel it. And then you choose, either do leg raises to halfway, full, but try and do them in a way that you don't leak. Keep breathing into it, softening it.
Yeah. This is why I have such a little trouble getting to sleep. Although Hillary would say I'm out like a lion, but it doesn't seem that way for me.
Yeah.
It's very painful.
Soon you feel the cat. Try and make that. Not that, but
Yeah.
So pressure out is really difficult.
okay, great. And finish the one you're doing. Take a moment to check. And then when you feel okay, come to a stand without losing power. Great. So you don't feel that you deplete. Good. Anthony, that was good. A little bit with the hands. So ideally, as you came up then, with the right feeling, but try not to have the hands even. Okay, great. So last one we're going to do is a squat. So come back to a stand. Inhale, exhale. Feel that fullness, connectedness through the whole body. And especially for this one, feel like you breathe power down into your legs. Try and like almost, you know, maybe psychosomatic, but try and feel like you feel as you breathe, it goes down through into your legs. Then squat. Soon as you feel yourself starting to lose power, pause, stop. Stay where you are and inhale, exhale. Great. And the idea should be, at least for a few, that not even leaking power, you're gaining power, building power through this, through correct breathing, relaxed, correct, natural movement. You feel more powerful for at least a few of them. You feel looser, freer, more mobile. Like there's a power and energy you get from correct breathing, correct movement, proper relaxation, and proper structure, natural form structure. Let you feel more alive, more ready, more human. Lovely. Anthony, great. Michael, great. Alison, Phil, yes, really. Sarah, really good. The movement is looking like it's looking clean. There's not tension in places as you go down. Looks open, relaxed, looks really good. Roshan, the movement's clean, but see if you can do it, staying just a touch straighter in the torso, just a little bit. That was better. It was clean anyway, just you had like a double movement with the legs and then the torso, then the torso, then the legs. That was much better. Great, okay. Walk a little bit. So now what I want you to do is like find a position, might be a half squat, kneeling, sitting, but you're going to find a position and feel where that's putting pressure through the body. And then just relax yourself down to your back. Then like come up, find a position where like here in my shoulder a little bit, I can feel it. And then inhale, exhale, try and fill the body so that that discomfort goes away or that pressure goes away, but don't change the position. Then relax into that position and down. Do that from kind of different positions. So firstly, you restore and fill the body again. Then try and relax, and your relaxation should decide how you go down. So don't try not to plan it, try and just relax, let relaxation decide how you go down. A bit like that idea of water running down a window pane. It just finds that easiest path down. So firstly, fill out, power and restore any areas of discomfort. Then relax down and out. It's kind of like, firstly you fill your shape with power and then you empty that out from inside and you just come down to flatness on the ground. So whatever the shape, I can fill it with a natural, healthy feeling, powerful feeling. But then also, I can empty that out too and just relax down to the ground. Okay. All right, one more of those. Then you're going to finish with keeping that feeling, 5 push-ups, 5 sit-ups, 5 squats, 5 leg raises, but you want to feel as good, if not better, by the end of them. That's the aim. Okay, great. And when you're done, come to a sit. Okay. All right. Any questions, thoughts, comments?
Excellent.
Cheers, Phil. Yeah, you might have to cut your other one.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
Straighter in the squat, can you be more specific? I've noticed I have tension on one side of my chest. Tiny amount more, like barely noticeable. But I've noticed anyway, I've noticed a few things that it's doing elsewhere, like diagonals. And I think that's part of the I'm not quite sure how to get around that straighter in the squat. So if you can say more about that, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, sure. So at the moment and it's hard, but you're going down straight for a bit, and then the torso's coming down, and then the torso comes up, and then you squat back up. So it's kind of, you squat down, and everyone does it a little bit, and then there's that, and then come up. I'm exaggerating, and then there's that. So there's like two movements. Your ideal is like, you know that thing where, the dad thing where they kind of, or mum, where they kind of walk behind the sofa and look like they're going down the stairs, but the torso stays straight and you just go down with the legs. You kind of want that idea with the squat, that just like going down in a lift and then back up, and there's just one movement. There's not like a discernible and then going forwards and then coming back up and then straight up. As much as possible, just have it in mind and it'll start to fix it. It's probably impossible to do straight. You know, I can't kind of go down back dead straight, but trying as much as you can not have that. So it's just like your torso's coming up out of the water kind of thing, without a straighten and then an up.
Yeah, I actually thought that was happening because of a tightness in the leg until I found this impingement at the front here. And I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Try a bit of movement in that may help a little bit. So as you're going down that area or in your whole torso, try some movement and see if that gently starts to loosen it a bit. Maybe. The other good one for that is to stand. I know this is difficult for ladies again, but try and stand right against, really tight to the wall. And that's.
I hate this one. You think you have a hard time on carpet? Stick 2 balloons up there and try rolling around on your front to see how easy it is. I dare you.
I'd never get anything done. Anyway, yeah, great question. Any other questions, thoughts, comments, guys?
Sorry for coming too late. I didn't get the connection, but about 10 days ago, I got a pinched nerve, the 11th nerve here on the neck.
Yeah.
And last week I was hiking a little bit in the mountains and in the valleys, and every step at the beginning was like a stitch, but the Systema breathing helped me to walk, and now it's
Fine.
nearly over.
Oh, fantastic. That's brilliant, Michael. Yep. So stuff like that is gold, you know, like sharing it and that just your attention on the breathing and you know, sharing that story, is fantastic. It leads me on actually, you know, like if you get little things like that, Michael, just even a couple of sentences, pop, you know, that new Facebook group, pop it in there, and it's a great little thing to discuss and open up a little bit in the Q&A on a Friday.
No.
So thanks to those who came on Friday, really appreciated it. It was the first one, so I'm just kind of feeling my way through, but and I had some great feedback and ideas already on how to just keep notching it up to make it more valuable, because the aim of it is to help everyone to get a little bit better, you know, to get more insight, to see more, to see Systema through other people's eyes and other people's experience and skill. So, you know, that's the aim of it. So thank you for joining. And, you know, even if you can't make it, posting some thoughts, comments, questions in the stuff, it gives me stuff to talk about as well. So really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Matt.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
See you next time. Thank you.